All right, I just want to tell you about my adventure going to try to pull this permit. Um, so I went down to the courthouse first thing this morning, and when I got there, talked to Angela, who told me that I'm going to have a licensed mobile home mover to be able to pull this permit. Well, I have been talking to one guy who he was kind of elusive, but he um, he did text with me, and he called me and I called him and left him some messages. And so I called him back and he answered. So he agreed that he would get over here and help me out. Of course, um, it's going to be a minimal help, so I'm going to do everything I can on my own, and didn't get him to help me make sure it's in good order. But uh, after that, I went back and well, he asked me to go ahead and do the kind of the footwork and get the permit going. And I was trying to tell him that they said that you needed to do this. He said, "Nah, you can do it, but they'll just need my license and give me a sign for it." I was like, "Okay." So I went back and and I told him that they would like me to do the footwork for this, and they hummed around a little bit and said, "Okay." So they gave me a piece of paper and told me I needed to go upstairs to the Superior Court records room and get a warranty deed and a survey plat of the property where the mobile home was being moved to. So I trudged up there and I told them, gave them the address, and they said, "Oh, we can't find nothing on that." I said, "Really?" So what about it? Ain't nothing on Ginger Lane for any address? It's like, no. So I left in disappointment, and I went out and called Sharon, my leasing agent, and she sent me a document so that they had the plat number and stuff like that, on it. Maybe it's parcel number that was on it. Yeah, I took it in there, and they said, "Oh yeah, well this is much better. Yeah, let's check this out." So we looked it up, and we found out who the owner was, and we saw the land on a nice map, and then we looked up the owner's name to find the warranty deed, and he had 180 documents in there. so so this guy was looking through all of them, trying to find something that would lead him to where the warranty deed was. A lot of that stuff was like quit claim deeds and warranty deeds, all kinds of stuff in there. So finally, he kind of gave up. I mean, he looked for a long time, and he gave me the name of a couple people I'd call that do it for like a living, and they would help me find the title. And so I went back out and I called Sharon again. Sharon said, "Up, just wait a minute. I'll call the owner." And she did. And after a while, she called back and sent me a couple more documents. Well, those were the key documents. I took him down there, and he looked everything up, and he found the warranty deed, but he couldn't find the survey plat. And I was like, well, do I really need it? He's like, "Well, you can take it back up here and ask him." So I took it back to planning and zoning, and actually it's a special permitting. But I took it back to planning and zoning, and asked him and said, again, "Do I really need this paper?" And no, they asked a few questions in back. They disappear, come back, and they say, "Oh no, I think just the address will be fine." I was like, "Well, good." So we filled out the permit. Down at the bottom of the permit, there's like a box that got several different department names. The first one was environmental department, and the second one was the water department. One was building, one was engineering, And the guy says you got to go to each one of these and get it signed off. And the water department's across the street. Everything else is in the building. It wasn't just in the building. It was like next county over. I mean, you didn't even have to leave the room. But I went down to the end, which is where the environmental was, and she brought out a piece of paper, and I filled it out. And she charged me $150. And said, "Okay, the inspector will be out couple of days and they'll check your septic tank. And she took my piece of paper, and I was like, well, can I have that piece of paper so I can go see these other departments? And she's like, oh no. As soon as they do the inspection on the septic tank, they'll automatically send it to the next department, and then they'll check out this. I was like, oh, wonderful. Exactly what I thought. This should have been started 2 months ago, whenever we originally started moving home. Whenever I originally talked to the mobile home mover. But, live a little, and learn a little.